your goofballs on the street. Alright. Alright. We back. Sent it in for a battery and some lights. Ended up spending $3,200. Ended up spending $3,200. A few things had I guess kind of rotted out before it's sitting. So I'm assuming probably the same thing is probably going on with the other truck. So I'll go through the breakdown once I get to the yard. So, but I'm almost at the yard now. I'm at a red light. I can't see shit. So the labor, $185 an hour, but the shop that I normally send my trucks to, I was actually getting it sent there, and then my buddy who owns a towing company, who would normally tow all my trucks and we would barter from time to time, he owns a repair company now as well, so an auto mechanic shop. So he owns a tow company, he owns an auto mechanic shop, and believe it or not, he's a Chicago fireman. So he's not involved with the day-to-day. He's involved with the day-to-day from a financial perspective, but because he's a Chicago fireman, he's able to leverage himself being within the city, the Chicago Fire Department, to get the contracts for the Chicago Police Department and the mail contract, right? So his tow company, they contract, you'll see the Chicago police cars whenever they break down, or they say they get into an accident or whatever. He's had the contract with them for years because he's a fireman, so it was easy to get that contract. So I guess, him thinking like, well, man, when my tow trucks are picking up these police cars to take them to other people's shop, why don't I just buy a shop and then we can get paid for the tow and the repair? Smart. I hadn't talked to him in a couple years, so when I talked to him last week, he was like, man, I got a shop now, let me take a look at it. And there you have it. So he normally charges $185 for labor, but with me he did $135 an hour. I can't see. All right, hold on, I got a green light. I'm almost at the yard. I'm gonna go through the full breakdown. I'm gonna do the walk around. I really didn't even do the walk around. I just kind of swiped my card and took off. I take his word. But I'm gonna do a walk around when I get to the yard. Just trying to hurry up because I'm trying to beat traffic too. So now there is one thing that but that could fix. The AC ain't blowing cold, so I might need to recharge it. I can do that myself. So I'm gonna park this one, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, I don't know, I may fool around with the other one, but then again I may not. I don't know, it depends on what I feel like when I get to the yard. Now, when I parked this truck, the lights were working, so I don't know. I guess when it's sitting, the wiring kind of went bad, and so we had to get some wires replaced. I wasn't tripping. I thought it was a fuse, so the wiring kind of went bad for some of the lights, and then the suspension on the front end kind of rotted and rusted out. So So the front end, obviously I got an oil change, right? The PM, because it's been sitting. They charged me $135 an hour for the wiring diagnostic, which I think this was a fucking ripoff. Replace, repair, install lights. They charged me another $472 for the wheel alignment, $350. I guess because of the tie rod and the pitman arm, I guess kind of rotted out. Idler arm bracket, outer tie rods, gearbox. And obviously they charged me for the parts. But the labor is what costs. Hold on. God damn, bro. I got caught by a train, so. Wiring diagnostic, I guess to diagnose why certain lights weren't coming on. So the place where I normally send my trucks to, they wouldn't have charged me for that. You know, you try to give people an opportunity, you know, which is fine. But, you know, not everybody is gonna, and it ain't looking out for you. Some people just charge you for certain shit. The normal place I send the trucks to, they wouldn't have charged me for that. So hold on a second, y'all. Hold on, let me put the. So LED. Let me see the high beams. All right, let me see. All right, so boom. I can't see. There's a lot of sun. So high beams. So it was a lights. Look like all the lights are good. So it was a wiring issue. Where it wasn't a wiring issue when it was parked, but we switched out these lights. Obviously, these were the old lights, but we switched out those. Well, this one to an LED. I believe at some point, maybe some years ago, I had this one on this truck switched to an LED. All that. So lights are good. All right, let's flip up under this hood, man. Make sure they gave me a new battery since I paid an arm and a leg for it. Let's see. All right. So we got a new battery. They put in a die hard. All right, cool. And I'm not finna crawl up under the truck for the shit they did under the hood. But hold on. Now, hold on a second. I remember in this truck during the pandemic, I had the this right here. I had this changed. This is what controls the air in this truck. I remember during the pandemic, some point during the pandemic, this truck, the AC went out, and I had to have the cooling thing changed, which is that right. That's why it still kind of looks fairly new. Because I remember the labor went up, and I paid like $1,000 to get that thing put in, because the AC wasn't blowing cold no more. So they said I had to switch that out. So it's probably Freon. It may be a leak, but I'm gonna have it checked. But temporarily, I'm gonna go to Walmart or I'm gonna go to AutoZone and buy the Freon with the sealed whatever that shit is and put it in there first. So, all right, everything looks good. Oil change, or it may just kick in. May take a little minute to kick in. Who knows? We'll see. All right, so let's do this breakdown real quick. All right. So they charged me pretty much the labor to do the wheel alignment. Well, they charged me $350 for the wheel alignment, $783 for the labor for all the front end stuff that need to be done, the inner tie rod, the pitman arm, the idler bracket, outer tie rods, gearbox. The labor was $783 plus the parts for all that stuff. Wheel alignment was $350. They charged me $405 for a wiring diagnostic. The PM was $90. Inner tie rod parts were $128 in total, $64 for each side, $70 each side for the pitman arm. Well, $70 for the pitman arm. Idler arm was $72. Idler arm bracket $132. Outer tie rod $68 a unit, so it came out to $137. Gearbox was $387. Battery was $180. They charged me. So for the wiring, now this is the part where I don't know. Brake light $80, reverse light $20, clearance light $20, rear clearance light $20, light pigtails $9. So then obviously taxes and taxes on the parts, right? Because you can't tax service. So, yeah. So that's what that is. So, that's where we at with it. Uh, all right. Let me go answer some questions, and then I'm gonna look at this other truck, and I'm gonna get out of here. Let me see. Um, Barbara Lee, what's up? Rich Jew, what's going on? Nick Gers. Nick Gers says, damn, they taxing. Well, it was the labor. Kevin Garrett says, 3,200, your ideal new box trucker who don't believe in startup capital will have used their business credit to pay that. This is a primary example why it's beneficial to have some capital. Always beneficial to have some capital. So I'm looking at this like this because, people, man, Mark, get in the truck, shoot some content, show us how to do this, show us how to do that. You know what I'm saying? And people have been telling me this for a minute, all right? So this is what it's costing me to shoot content to show y'all how to wrap stuff. So I'm looking at this as an investment into providing more, I guess, substance from an in the field perspective, right? Which is really it's no big deal. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But you're right. You want to have some startup capital, like, to invest. I mean, maintenance, when you're running, you're up and operational. Obviously, maintenance is just something that's going to happen. I'm literally letting these trucks sitting and rotting away. This one, there's no telling what this one going to need. This one been sitting too. Listen, I sold all my trucks except for 3. I kept 3. The other truck was literally parked right here in this spot. So I had this truck here, and then this truck here. I sold all the other trucks, right? Last winter, I ended up selling this truck, right? All right. And then I said, well, I'm gonna keep this one because this is the first one I ever bought. I ended up selling this one because this truck, which was the second one I ever bought, right? I kept 1, 2, and 3. The second one I ever bought, this one, out of all the used trucks I bought, the second one that I bought, it gave me the most problems immediately. And those problems were electrical. I ended up sending it to a few shops and no one could really figure it out. And then I got referred to a shop that their primary focus was electrical. And they didn't work on trucks. And it was dead winter. So I'll give you a quick little story time. They put a heater under the truck, right? They put a heater under the truck. And the guy worked on the truck outside. So he went under the truck. They put one of those big heaters out there to keep them warm. It was just the wiring for the junction box, right? So he just retaped up the junction box and it was ready to go. It was something that simple, right? And no other shop I took it to could figure it out. It was literally the junction box, the wiring in the junction box just needed to be taped. It had got, worn from just the element being in Chicago, rain, snow, salt, things of that nature. So I ended up getting rid of this truck last January of last year, 2023. And these trucks have literally been sitting. This truck has probably been sitting since maybe the summer of 2022. And the last time I actually drove this truck prior to today was my mom bought a bunch of bikes to give to, kids for Christmas in 2022. It had been parked maybe for like 2 months because I retired in October of 2022. But she was like, I bought all these bikes. I need you to go to the store and pick them up. So I went to the store and picked up the bikes like maybe 2 days before Christmas. And I parked the truck here and I never came back. So it had been sitting. So these trucks are really just sitting and riding away. So I'm getting this truck going because this is what I'm going to do as far as the content in, as far as, going, showing you guys how to wrap certain things, how to pad certain things, how to deal with customers. Also, Carrie had been hitting me up to shoot content. So I'm going to shoot content based around their app, show you how to use the app and kind of tag them with that content as far as Curry. So you'll probably see me doing Curry content, right? And then I'm going to, everything that I taught you guys how to do on Thumbtack, I'm going to be implementing that from time to time in content, right? So I'm not going to be like Cars and Cribs. I'm not doing this shit every damn all right? So from time to time, I'm going to come out and I'm going to shoot content from an in the field perspective so that I can add that um, level of substance uh, uh, to the channel as well. All right, let me get back in here. Um, Tyrion, you've been blessing us with a lot of content lately. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, I'm just gonna just keep putting the content out. That's what I'm gonna do. The Freon shouldn't go down unless it's a leak somewhere. Yeah, I'm gonna check into that. I'm gonna go get some Freon today. Wire and diagnose. What does that even mean? Your guess is as good as mine. To look it up, I guess. Yeah, to research where the issue was coming in at, right? Great Polo. You may see me in your area soon. My son is now a U.S. Marine who will be stationed in your area for a while. Nick Gers, he probably watches your channel, so he heard you cashing in on crypto. Who y'all talking about? Who watches my channel? Y'all talking about me? Labor gets you all the time. Superman. Y'all talking about something else. Okay, Pippi got rid of this guy. All right. 5-star said I just finished 18 stops curbside delivery for HD Supply. A small win, but I would take it. That must have been through TQL, right? 5-star. 18 stops. Barbara Lee says, how are things with the OG? She's doing great. Actually, I couldn't even get an Uber to go to the damn place. Nobody would take me on this side of town. So where the shop was at is, on that side of town, on the south side, in the hundreds. In the hundreds, man, I kept ordering Ubers and they kept canceling on me. So I ended up driving, calling my OG and said, man, I'm going to need you to follow me back to bring me back. So I hopped in with her. She took me there and she followed me back here. She's going to take me back to my car. You see my comment about Freon? Yeah, I saw it. How much did I pay for these trucks? So this truck right here, I paid $7,900 for it. This truck right here, I paid $8,400 for it. Oh, he's saying he watches your channel, so he knows. I mean, the guy who told, he knows. Listen, he was towing my trucks when I had a fleet full of trucks and a warehouse and everything. So he knows a lot more about me than any one of you guys because he's seen it from cars. Like, it's cars that I've had that I don't even talk about on the channel. Like really, really high-end cars. Like, he knows a lot. So he knows where I'm at in life. That ain't really tripping. But he didn't charge me the full amount of money. He only charged me $135 an hour for the labor. He charges $185 an hour for the labor. So he gave me a discount on the labor. I ain't really tripping on that. And he doesn't watch the channel. He doesn't even know I have a channel. I never told him that. We don't talk about stuff like that. We normally talk when we reconnected, when I reached out to him to come pick this truck up. We just pretty much talked about business, and that's when he let me know he bought a shop. And, next time, just let him have a shot at the trucks. And I said, well, you know what? We could do it this time. Just tow it straight to your shop. I thought if I would have said that, he would have been like, all right, well, since we towing into the shop, I ain't going to charge you for the tow. He still charged me for the tow. The tow was $275, which ain't bad either. So I ain't really tripping. On that. So, yeah, he been towing my trucks and my cars. You know what I'm saying? I had like my trucks and my cars since 2015. 2015. I remember when I moved out of the warehouse, he was just getting his tow yard and getting his tow yard and stuff set up. A lot of the equipment that I had at the in the warehouse that he could use, I just gave it to him. I just gifted it to him. So he's done some tows for me over the years. I gifted him a bunch of stuff, like just warehouse equipment that he could use when he was setting up his shop a few years ago. So all right, so I'm not gonna fool with this other truck, man. I'm hot, man. I'm hot. I'm hot. So maybe another day. So that's that. All right, so the only thing now that's not, we need to see this Freon, and then we'll go from there. Let me get that. Let me take this. Take the whites. Take this. I don't even got the key. I don't even got the key to this other truck now that I'm thinking about it. I don't even got the key to it, so I can't do nothing with it no way. So. What else? What else do I want to talk about? I can't see shit. It's so sunny out here. You don't want to drive? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Nigga, I was talking about him charging you. Let me see. What's up, bro? I'm a trucker. For the past 7 years, did regional OTR on offer, but looking to get into a box truck. Business needs some pointers. All right, well, tune in. All right, man, I'm finna go hop in my car. All right, so I'm gonna probably jump back on a little later. All right, peace.